Sports. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. On first down, Overstreet. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
He kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. The first carry now for Dalvin Cook. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Call it no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
So now an early 3rd and 10 here on their opening drive. From the gun, Overstreet. Oh, he almost picked it. Nearly a turnover there on their opening drive. And that's a throw he'd like to have back. Now 4th down. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
Sidesteps him at the 35. 43 yards on the punt, 7-yard return, and it'll be Redskins football now with a 1st and 10. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
You got nothing.
First carry for Darius Geis. The tackle made there by Harrison Smith.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
You don't want none, baby. You don't want none.
Geis with a carry on 2nd down. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
An extra defender in the secondary for the Vikings here on 3rd down. 3rd down. Here's Haskins. Oh, he almost picked it. Nearly a turnover there on their opening drive. And that's a throw he'd like to have back. Now 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? Zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Back to the ground, this time Cook. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. A second down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
Yeah, that was a safety that came through and made the play, but there's no doubt in my mind he hits like a linebacker, and we see a lot of that in today's NFL, don't we?
And that time we do indeed. A big hit for a loss. To throw on 3rd down. Overstreet. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
One thing that I liked about this guy during the draft process was his motor. Of course, I loved his skills, but he plays hard on every down.
And that motor on full display there as he gets his first NFL sack. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. It's taken to the 26. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And they'll certainly be trying to do better than that first drive where they went 3 and out.
And sometimes the first drive is just simply to settle nerves. You know what it's like at the start of a game with the emotion. Guys are a little bit jumpy.
You do.
Oh, you understand the same way. It's just like us calling one, right? Making sure we ease into the game, let it come to us.
Well, you went 3 and out.
And now they have that opportunity.
No, you didn't go 3 and out. I went 3 and out on that first drive. I'll try to do better here. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. And incomplete. Crisis averted. Almost picked. Instead, 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
They'll run with Geis. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. A Redskin 1st down. The pickup 15 yards. Getting the sense, Charles, are going to put big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far is working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light.
Now Geis stripped. He lost the football. And the Viking. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. Does the big boy have the juice? And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Redskins. In for the score. As his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. No going for 2. They'll kick the point after. It's good, and the Redskins take a 7-0 lead.
Next to score, Redskins 7, Vikings nothing. John Brown set to kick off.
Brown now to kick it away after the touchdown. That's fielded in the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line.
At their own 21-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a 1st down and change our momentum?
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. 2nd and 11. That's caught. It's Demarcus Robinson. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. 13 yards as the Vikings pick up the first down.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this only up to about the 35. And it's Reuben Foster in on the tackle. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Overstreet. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. And this passing game's whole offense really didn't show up in the loss last week, and it hasn't started all that great here either.
Yeah, and they can't let that incompletion become an uh-oh moment. Like, oh boy, here we go again, just like last week. Each game is its own entity, treated as such.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Operating from the gun. Overstreet going deep for Diggs. And that's caught inside the 30. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. What a play that turns out to be. 36 yards.
First down, Minnesota.
And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Redskins 7, Vikings nothing.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 31-yard line.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. From the gun, Overstreet. Robinson's got it. It's a gain of 16, and the Vikings have the first down as well. Seems as if the passing attack's starting to heat up a little bit here in the second quarter.
You can sense and you can see the momentum because now they're reading their patterns downfield, they're understanding the coverages, and they're finding the open holes in the defense.
First red zone chance now for the Vikings. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 15. Back to throw. Overstreet. And Diggs has it. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Stephon Diggs. His first touchdown of the new season as they are now on the board here in the first half. Extra point up and good by Tavecchio. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, It's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Marcel Darius flies in at 331 pounds for the sack. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
On 3rd down, Haskins. And the throw there going to be incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. The Redskins send out their punter as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And it's fielded at the 34. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And the Vikings, they'll be set up well as they take over in great field position. 1st and 10. Off the bootleg. Overstreet. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. 2nd and long. He finds Robinson.
The 2nd down pass. Complete to DeMarcus Robinson. A 9-yard gain on the play. And it's 3rd down.
The Vikings on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Operating from the gun. Overstreet. And that will be incomplete.
Let's go ahead and try and get into the body and the mind of the linebackers. Yeah, I know they're bigger and stronger than I ever was, but in this situation, they understood what was going on as much as the offensive guys, because the offensive guys always taught find the first down sticks and make the play. Well, on defense, what do you want to do? Guard the first down line. Make sure they don't get there and tackle them in front. They were able to drop in their zone coverage, figure out where the first down line was, and end up making the play, swatting it away so they couldn't get the completion.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. Now a run with Geis. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. Give the Redskins 13 there and a first down. Now after the run by Geis, here's 1st and 10.
First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
He's crashing.
And now here's a carry heading left. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. 10 yards there. Good for a Redskin first down.
Well, as we've learned over the years, just because a guy plays left tackle doesn't mean he doesn't have run blocking abilities, and we just saw it there. Controlled the line of scrimmage, created a big gain.
That's kind of a bonus. He's there to protect that high value that you have back under center, but he creates space in the run game.
Yeah, not only can he dance, he can mash, too.
A first carry for Samaje Perine.
Last stop. Last stop.
A reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in his second week of the regular season. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Haskins. Going to throw right side here, complete. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 28. They go play action with Haskins. Throwing middle, and it's complete. It's a first down for the Redskins on a pickup of 11.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 17-yard line.
Let's go now. Hey, come on. Watch his home, go. Check nickel, nickel, nickel. Big air, big air, big air. Like that. Check, 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 check. Watch twist, let's go.
Back to the ground game now with Geis. And they'll get him down right around the 16. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
At the 16-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Let's go, G. Tighten up.
On the draw, they go to Geis. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he stopped behind the line of scrimmage.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
9th play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on 3rd and long. Now Haskins, 3rd and long. And that is incomplete. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get to 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
And contact defensively. And that might make things 5 yards easier. So that'll move them up 5, make the kick a little easier.
Rarely do you get kickers that don't want some yardage closer to the post, right? It's rare, but in this case, they'll definitely take them.
On for the field goal. A 32-yard attempt.
And this one is right through. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. Now the drive ends in just 3, but they'll take it. Looks like they'll head to the locker room, barring something unfortunate, in front on the scoreboard.
Yeah, they may not be jumping up and down and celebrating because they have the lead, but still, any little momentum in a game like this is important to a team, and they'll feel real good about going in and regrouping, knowing that they are out in front.
Let's go.
At their own 22-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
The Vikings going to use their third and final timeout, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is second and long. Off the play fake. Overstreet. Going deep for Diggs. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. It's Quentin Dunbar with a pick, and his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
The Redskins take over first and 10 at their own 31-yard line.
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop. And
got his man complete. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. So we've hit halftime. Just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach! The Redskins in a good spot. They've got the lead. They will get the football as the second half gets underway. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
See if they do just that.
Brings up second and 10 at the 25-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's second and 10.
Let's see what you got. Slam, slam.
Now Haskins to throw on second down. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down.
Makes it third and 4.
They face a third and 4 after that last completion gets them 6.
Wide, get wide.
Now Haskins to throw it. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. Give him the third down conversion, 5 yards on the play. So from the 36 now, first and 10. Now a handoff, Geis going right. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 12 yards is the pickup, and it's good for a Washington first down.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Geis showing he's going to be an important part of this Redskin backfield as he's in there again for first down. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a second and 10. Here's Geis. And an alley to run. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. A Redskin first down. The pickup 15 yards.
He had a really solid first half running the football and picking up where he left off here in the third quarter.
How about the yardage he's piling up right now? This feels like a full game, not just the series that we're watching right now. I know people are screaming, worthy adjustments from halftime on the defensive side of the ball. Sometimes they're just not there. Sometimes you just have to find a way to tackle someone.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard.
Watch the clock, go. Watch the ship. Watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship.
Now Pirine. He's got a first down and much more inside the 20. Touchdown, Washington! Samaje Pirine. His first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Redskins are able to stretch the lead out further. A good, sustained drive there in this third quarter, capping it off with a touchdown to give them a nice 2-score advantage.
It was actually a fun one to watch, wasn't it? I mean, for me, seeing the mix of what they did, how they moved the ball downfield, very sharp, too. Each and every play seemed to be executed with great dispatch.
The extra point splits the uprights, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. Brown now to kick it away after the touchdown. This is taken at the 3. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
Let's go.
24-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
A lane opens up that time as he'll be brought down just short of a first after a gain of about 9. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
2nd and 1 at their 48-yard line.
The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. They'll run it now out of the gun. And nowhere really to go there. He'll take this up just shy of midfield.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They'll run it. Here's Cook. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. 4th down now after a loss of 2. I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this third quarter as he'll go for it on 4th down.
Check the backer, check the backer.
Oh, and now movement and a whistle, and they may have to rethink their plans on 4th down. The Vikings send out their punter as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. This is away and a very good kick angled for the sidelines.
The Redskins take over 1st and 10 at their own 14-yard line.
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And now last drive so successful with the ground game, ending in a touchdown. Do you stick with that formula?
That would be the number one thing you would think of, but so many guys now would look at it and say, we've got them set up so well for play action, now's the time to take a shot.
Yeah.
But, you know, there was a big-time coach in the state of Ohio who once said, if you throw the ball, if you put it in the air, 3 things can happen, and 2 of them are bad.
Is that what
he would have kissed it on the ground.
Now a fake on the give here as they try to run pass option. Washington's got it. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5. And those linemen, of course, can't be more than a yard downfield when a pass is thrown, and they might have been able to call that on a couple of guys there. So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on 2nd and less than a yard. Following the penalty, it's Geis. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. Give him 16 yards there, and it's a Redskin first down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Back to the ground on first, it's Geis. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 10 yards there, good for a Redskin first down. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. On the draw, this is Love. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Give the Redskins 13 there and a first down. Now, I think we can get used to seeing more of that in this fourth quarter, especially if they're having success on the ground like they did there.
Yeah, I think back when we met with the head coach in preseason, and all he talked about was building a bully. And I think it was this situation he was envisioning. Trying to ice a game, plenty of time left, but being able to give the ball to his big runner and pound away and try and finish off a game.
Here's Pirine. He'll get about 4 here, down to the 43-yard line. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Again, here's Pirine. Calling a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave them with a third and about 5.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
The Redskins on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and 5. This is Geis. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the first. Give him 3 yards there as that'll take us to 4th down. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is...
And they won't try and pooch it. It's a fake. And the fake will work. He's going to have a first down. So they get the first down. Maybe not a huge play in terms of yardage, but the fake punt does the job. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10.
Tie it right. Tie it right. Hey, 4 down. 4 down. Watch the screen.
Geis. And he gets stopped up at the 31 after a gain of maybe a yard. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
Now they'll look to Haskins to throw it. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, third down.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. To throw on third down, Haskins. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
It's easy to see when we review this that the ball needs to come out quicker because if you don't throw it right on the break, you bring a crowd of people into the equation.
And that's why it got knocked away there. And it bangs off the left upright and deflects away. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. So plenty of leg, but it's the accuracy there that lets him down.
Yeah, he hit it really well. I think this might have been good from 55, but you'll see it just conk off that upright, and they're denied a chance at 3 points.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg.
And it'll be intercepted. Monte Nicholson picks it. And nothing there on the return. They've got the football, but they'll have to start this drive at their own 4-yard line. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the second week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. An ideal spot here to get a first down and try to run some more clock, and this is second and less than a yard. They stay on the ground. Geis again. And some room to maneuver. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. That one good for 26 and a first down.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the fourth as it was way back in the first, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. Now a carry for Pirine, and he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39. Now a timeout coming in here defensively as they stop it before the 2-minute warning with 2:09 to go in the game. The Redskins on third down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. This is 3rd and 11.
Watch safety creep. Safety's creeping. Under 10. Under 10.
On the ground, it's Geis. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It'll go as a pickup of 14 and a Washington first down. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Redskin football here as we welcome you back. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. It's a first down for the Redskins on a pickup of 11.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll run it here with Pirine. The tackle goes to Harrison Smith. Starting to become a tough spot for this defense. You're down 4th quarter, looking a little fatigued maybe on that side of the ball.
Partner, we've seen this before, haven't we? Because every coach we've ever talked to says body language is important. And now you're seeing guys with their hands on their hips and bent over.
Oh, no, he lost the football. But this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same.
I don't know about you, but I could hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. Ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover. I know his coaches are screaming, just hang on to the ball, man.
Here we go. 15 running. 15 running. Come on, boy. Come on, boy.
The D can only stop it one more time as they take the knee.
It's a loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 16-yard line.
If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up 2nd down. Haskins going to try to throw it. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
It's a gain of 4.
Here we go with Haskins. And it's caught. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. Terry McLaurin, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Redskins are able to stretch the lead out further. Point after, right down the middle. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17.
Vikings 7. John Brown set to kick off.
Brown now to kick it away after the touchdown.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
I'm coming.
To throw again. Overstreet. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game. So hail to the Redskins as they get the victory here. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the 2nd half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the 2nd quarter. Do you think they thought at all that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a 2nd half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the 2nd half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So for the Redskins, it's a win here in their home opener as they move to 2-0. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for the Vikings, they'll drop to 0-2. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to Santa Clara to take on the 49ers.